Welcome back to another episode of The Beat. It's been a minute since we've recorded one of these. We actually recorded one, but it's kind of outdated now, so we thought we'd just freshen it up
a little slow in the editing.
Nah.
That's crazy out there.
I never said a name.
Who said names? Yeah. Anyway, good to be back. Lots been happening since our last episode. I think it probably would have been April, May.
I feel like it was May.
Yeah.
Locking him out again?
Back end of April.
Yeah, but yeah, lots been happening, some good wins happening, lots to look forward to at the minute. So we thought we'd just touch base, give you guys a bit of an update. How have you been, boys?
Been good.
Been well.
You got some big news since we were
Yeah.
Wobbly
knee?
Yeah, got the knee dirty.
Hey, well done.
Finally.
How
Long
you
time
feel?
coming.
Well
How
done.
are you feeling proposing? You know?
Felt all right.
Yeah.
Felt. I know it was going to be sweet actually doing it. It was just the lead up that was a bit stressful, but yeah,
A big game day.
worked out well. Yeah.
At least you said yes.
She didn't say anything at first.
Oh, well, that's fucking
I
ominous.
had to probe for an answer. I said, so is that a yes?
Congratulations. Sure, the listeners will be stoked for you.
Speaking of congratulations, the boys have had a massive win. They are the 2025 Ants Next Gen winners. So somehow, back yourself. So out of,
We pulled it off somehow, yeah.
was it 1,500 people? 1,500 entries?
Yeah, a little over 1,500.
Yeah, so I'll let the boys talk about it, but they got a pretty big show coming up.
Yeah, pretty buzzing, obviously. If you were following our personal accounts, you would have seen us spam the shit out of the promo. For the competition, once we made the top 10, everyone got behind us really well, which was sick as well. So thank you if you were commenting and getting around us to help us get in front of the judges. Obviously went a long way, but yeah, obviously super buzzing to be playing at Ushuaia in about 6 weeks' time, which is
Countdown is on.
pretty crazy. Still pinching ourselves really, like to be recognised by the Night League, and so obviously, it's pretty fucking nuts. What our first, we actually the night us three decided to do events.
Is that our first night all together in Ibiza?
Yeah,
Is that the first night
yeah,
you
because
came?
I flew in because bit of backstory no one asked for, but a bit of backstory. I impromptu came to meet the boys in Ibiza like before we were kind of like properly mates.
We didn't.
We weren't even really mates.
Yeah,
we were
we weren't
acquaintances
mates.
at the point.
We'd say hi.
You're a mate of a mate.
Acquaintances.
Yeah.
We wanted your mates to come to
Yeah.
us.
Yeah, and I ended up coming. I blew in. And the boys were actually at Ants when I arrived on the island, so I had to wait outside of Ushuaia having a party by myself for a bit until they got out. But later that night, we went to High, had a good night, and then ended up kind of shaking hands and saying we're going to start our own thing back in Sydney, which is one thing led to another, and now we're doing events, podcasts, and everything. But it all gets stemmed from Ants, so it's a little bit of a full circle moment. Even though I like to think we're just getting started, it's a kind of a full circle moment.
Definitely, yeah. It was a nice call to get from you at 4:15 in the morning. I thought it was my alarm going off for us to get up to go to the gym, and and I'm about to turn my alarm off, and then I say it's a phone call from Bailey, and then I answered it, and he's like, "Pack your bags, we've won." And I genuinely didn't know what to say. Like if that call was recorded, all it would have heard would be expletives on repeat.
Yeah, so obviously really exciting going over there to play Ushuaia. There's a whole bunch of other perks as well, but I guess just like being recognised by Ants as their next gen is pretty fucking crazy, to be honest.
Yeah, it was a nervy few weeks. Once we found out that we got into the top 10, so I think we found out on the Friday morning, and then that day we were in the studio coming up with a plan of how we're gonna win this, because obviously we had a feeling that our music got us into the top 10. We did an all originals mix. We're the only ones in the top 10 who did that, and then it was just how we could execute a strategy to win it. Because obviously some really great artists in there. And yeah, so the next day we were down at the Harbour Bridge with 5 mates in morph suits doing photos and some videos.
I think a nice part of it too, like through the whole thing, was one, the support, but two, just to look back on like the journey so far, even though obviously we've got a long way to be where we want to be, but I think in this, we're always kind of like looking forward to the next thing. And just to be able to like sit back for a minute and go like, fucking hell, we just won that. And just like thinking about everything from that point when we agreed that we'd do something back in Sydney to now, and like how every little thing has kind of led to another. Like the way we put the strategy together, I wouldn't have known how to do that if it hadn't been for all the work with Switch or like the mute, like all the time, the studio, the music, like just everything. I think just like looking back on that and just feeling like the I guess like the sense of like gratification for all the work and like all the setbacks and things that occur when you're trying to cut through.
I don't know about you, but for me, it probably felt like the first real moment where you're like, shit, like we can actually make something of this. Like obviously we've always had the belief that eventually we can get to summer, and as you said, we're a mile off where we are going to be and where we want to be. But like it's the first time you're like, fucking hell, we've actually got a springboard that can really help us get to a point in our career that we want to get to. So yeah, it's obviously a huge moment. Yeah, just looking to go over there and just do everything we can to.
Yeah, because like a lot of people listening probably like obviously DJs themselves or might be promoting events and things would know like what kind of goes on behind the scenes, and like without divulging too much, it was pretty last year particularly, it was pretty rough for us boys, and we said that we wanted this year to be like a big year for us, so to get a result like that, like unexpected result as well, is pretty sick. But some good news on top of that as well. The brother Melton's going to come over with us.
Yes.
Wasn't planning on it. I said if you boys win it, then I'll make my way over.
He was true to his word.
He is true to his word.
So
Maybe the first time he has been.
turn it up. So it's going to be a fly out on the Tuesday from Sydney.
What's
land,
that, the first or something?
second, I think.
Yeah, I think you land on the third.
Land on the third on the Wednesday, and then pretty much straight into paradise.
Happy days.
We've got quite a big crew that will be over there. So we've probably got about 15 mates. Then I've got mum, dad, sister, boyfriend, cousin, her kid. You've got your mum, Damo, auntie.
Yeah,
I
there's
reckon
a whole
it'll be
bunch
like,
of mates.
with people that live over there as well, I reckon it'll be like 25.
Yeah, there's going to be about 25, 30 of us, which is
mad.
pretty mad. It'd be sick having everyone there. It's going to be just a sick, like, because Sean and I are heading out earlier with Brody's fiance and our mate Aiden, actually. Lauren jumped on board. I don't know why she just like
carrying
that.
the torch for you.
Yeah.
A few of us are heading out a bit earlier, and then we're away for about 3 weeks all up. So we got about 2.5 weeks on the island, spending a bit of time up in the north of England as well, of where my missus is from. So
Cheshire Cat.
Cheshire Cat. So that'll be good. Get a Greg's in us.
Yes, looking forward to them sausage rolls.
So yeah, it's really super exciting. Obviously keen to hit the dance floor there as well. We haven't actually, because we've spent that night at High together, and then the next night was Paradise at DC10 back in 2019. And then since then we haven't actually been back there.
Not all together.
Yeah, like we've been together to have a bit of a boogie and get a bit silly.
Yeah, it's going to be very fun. It's been a while since, like, especially because Bailey's quite soft when he's in Sydney. He doesn't go out too much.
Bro's locked in.
You can call it what you want. Call it what you want. But yeah, it's been a while since the three of us have really
Got our knees up.
Yeah, put the hair down. So yeah, it's exciting. And then come back, and then so we get back in late September, and then November we're starting Switch again.
Yep.
So yeah, we all excited for a big summer ahead.
Very excited. Just before we get into that, some of the parties that you're most looking forward to
It's true. Oof.
in Ibiza?
I think obviously like keen to check out Universe. It's had all the hype around it, Super Club, just to see like a space that big kind of in action with events in our taste as well. Like obviously they've got stuff that's probably a little bit more on the commercial tip for what we usually would go out and have a boogie to, like, but they've got Paradise on there and Elrose, so there'll be a couple of sick nights in there.
Yeah, I think the exciting thing this year is because obviously the last time we were there all together, that was 2019. Our taste has changed so much since then. So just to check out some of the more, not smaller events, but away from like the big super clubs, like you've got Appetite that's on, you've got Piv that's on. So checking out some of those events that aren't on weekly, I look forward to them as well.
And even like the actual, just seeing a bit of the island, I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, once you step off the plane, there's just a
I don't
different
think
energy.
I'll be able to see any of the island.
I've been trying to fucking sort out to book some like beach clubs and shit, because I know that if we don't book it before we go, we're not going to go.
The boat parties are really good. Not boat party, sorry. The boat day or whatever you said. That's a really good shout, but we're just not going to be, especially on the Sunday, we're not going to be in any shape to...
I'll be there.
You reckon?
Definitely. Yeah,
Are we biting off more than we can chew?
maybe. Nah, but yeah, just to, like, see a bit more of the island. Obviously, we're going to be fucking rough as guts, but it's not that hard to show up and get on a boat, is it? When you boil it down?
Yeah, music I'm looking forward to. Like
Always.
that was
Safe.
Last year was the first time we watched Corolla play, and that we like it was probably a bit of recency bias when we said it, but probably stand by it. Actually,
Still
Best
really
of
good.
it.
one of the best set.
Yeah.
Corolla's set was probably.
There's
right
a
up
reason he's
there.
at the top.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's a reason why he's so well loved. So yeah, after seeing how good his set was, like obviously we'd heard all the stuff. You'd seen him, I think, it was at Kappa and Music On the year before. So yeah, very much looking forward to Music On. Like all your standard things like Music On, Paradise, Elro, then like your
Circo.
Appetites and
EastEnders looks
Pivs.
sick at Amnesia.
Yeah.
They've done a really good job with the room there. I reckon it looks unreal. So hopefully get to check that out. Yeah, I think I'm just looking forward to all of it, to be honest. Just soaking it up. Obviously going to try and maximize our content while we're there as well. Do some vlogging just to really enjoy the moment.
Got the full-time videographer Lauren coming with us.
She
She just doesn't
video.
know it yet.
You'll have to break the news to her. She ain't getting a holiday.
She'll be up for it.
I hope so.
Back onto Switch. So as mentioned before, we're kicking back off in November for our summer series. Looking at 4 dates at the moment. We've got some pretty cool acts locked in, which we can't share just yet. One of them's our biggest act yet, which would be sick.
Yeah, by quite a long stretch, the act we've got for our opening party is pretty big.
Can we give a little teaser?
If you like Elroy, you're probably
Should we give the nationality?
Maybe not after Bailey's just said that.
Yeah, if you like
Alright.
Elroy, you're gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
That's probably the best way to
Elro
put it.
Music On.
Or
Elro.
yeah.
Elro Music On, we'll give you that clue. Big DJ.
Yeah, so looking forward to that. Obviously after our hiatus through the winter period, we're just picking some, I guess, dates that align better with talent for us. Like running the monthly format didn't quite go to plan last year for us, just in terms of being able to curate things how we want, I guess, the best of our ability.
Yeah, I think last year there was a lot of learnings for us. We went in with the intention of we want to do monthly, and we did push through with the monthly, but we realized, like, as promoters, obviously when you're very green to doing monthly events, you think you can just do monthly and everything's going to go to plan. But especially when there's a lot of financial risk from ourselves, you know, like we don't have different revenue streams, like we're all working full time pretty much. And then when you're trying to push through events through winter and stuff, we know how hard it can be in Sydney. So yeah, this year going into the season, we're just being a lot more calculated with the events we do.
I think as well, like, obviously overseas in parts of the world like Europe, I know like a lot of Irish and English listen to the potty. So just for a bit of context, in the Europe, there's kind of festival season, which is the summer period, and then you've got sort of clubbing season. Obviously, it's not as hectic as the festival season, but people are still out and about, happy to go out. Whereas in Sydney, the contrast between winter and summer, I feel like is starkly
Night and day.
So, yeah, just in terms, I guess, like the European season, the summer season as well is getting longer, which means like a lot of the acts that we want to book aren't really out in September, October like they normally are. So just doing that, I guess that smaller season for us just allows us to have like put on the best events possible and just like really smash it out.
Yeah, everything's very talent driven these days, as we've found out. Like the intention is to always create something for the culture, but like unfortunately, the hard truth is everything is very talent driven. And I understand it, but not everyone's got a lot of money these days. You know, the cost of living isn't easy, so people are quite cautious with where they spend their money. So yeah, trying to line up the right acts. As you said, the season for us feels like it's getting shorter because the Euro summer's getting longer. So pretty much from November is really the period where you can start getting the acts you want. October, like anytime October and before that, it's good luck.
Quite challenging. We're also looking at making some changes for like just a bit of a refresh for upcoming summer. We're going to do some changes to the space that we use, beautiful Selena's, our lovely warehouse that we use there. So we're going to dress the room up a bit more, just make the vibe feel a bit fresher and just come into it with a whole new energy and just, I guess, leaning into some of the things that make our brand unique compared to a lot of others. Like geographically, we're based in Coogee, which is like literally right on the beach. The venue that we have is literally you can throw a rock and hit
I
the
think there'll be
beach.
too many venues, if any, that are practically like a warehouse style that are right on the water, which is pretty cool. In the eastern
100%.
suburbs as
I
well.
don't think there is any in Australia. Or
Nah, not a warehouse.
Nothing like ours.
No, nothing like, and it's with the history as well of the venue. Hosted some massive acts over the years in all different kinds of both the live realm and the electronic world. But yeah, we're just really excited to get things rolling. We've got some cool promo plan for our rollout for the summer and just keen to have some good wins this year as well over the summer.
So you boys have just had your first release together as a duo on Ben Rao's label, Meta.
Yeah, first one out of the blocks.
Hopefully of many.
We hope so. We've got quite a few tracks in the bank, but yeah, I think it was around probably December last year that I think we kind of decided that we would become officially a duo. Obviously, we were pretty much playing back to back all the time, in the studio all the time together. And then I think it was when we went to New Zealand that we realized, like, if we were doing this on our own, like traveling on your own, it's quite a drain on the social battery, and it's just better doing it with one of your boys. So yeah, I think then was kind of the moment we were like, after your Dionysus EP comes out, which was, when was that?
End of March.
Yeah, well, like after March, then we'll kind of officially do it. And I think we kind of announced we're becoming a duo when we announced we're entering the Antscom.
Yeah.
Which was quite funny.
Yeah, I think just like Sean said, just doing everything together. So it kind of made sense. And then a big part of it as well, obviously, is obviously we're not quite there yet, but the stage when we get to doing more touring and that kind of stuff, that just like doing it with your mate, with your boys, a lot better than doing it by yourself. So that was kind of one of the big parts, I guess. And just like we're both working towards the same thing. So just kind of fell into itself. And had we not have done that, maybe we wouldn't have won the Ants thing. Like individually, probably wouldn't have won it. So it's just everything for a reason, I guess, in hindsight.
Yeah, and then with the tunes, the Meta EP was our first official one together. It was actually our number one target label at the start of the year. We said Meta was the one we wanted to get to. Obviously, there's been so much class that's come out on that label. Rossi, Josh Baker, Darius, and then you've got all like the new sort of generation as well, like Danby, Us Two, Steph Davids, Tommy Phillips. So yeah, it's
a nice notch on the belt.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Now we've just been knuckling down in the studio, especially before Ibiza, just to go over there with as many tunes in the bank as possible. So there's probably close to 20 or so unreleased that we've got that hopefully some labels will be getting very soon.
Yeah, it's just about trying to line them up now, I guess. Just get that consistency in the releases and just get some. So getting some more,
nice notches on the belt.
Some more eyes on us as well, I guess. Obviously, going to have a little bit of a moment in September when all the Ant stuff is going on. So just trying to maximise all the opportunities that come from that and the resources they have, I guess, and where they can kind of help us out to help us get our tunes out and help us progress. But yeah, it's really exciting. Just trying to knuckle down and smash out the tunes as much as we can before we go, so that we're going over there locked and loaded and just with too many tunes.
You can never have enough.
All right, guys, thanks for listening. We'll be back soon with normal programming and more guests as the international artists start rolling back through.
And if you know anyone who's coming out,
get tagging us in their socials.
Let us know.
Get some eyes on us.
Yeah.
All right, guys, see you later.
Thank you.
See ya.